Eye Opener for April 9th, 2026. Consider the brain drain. With the war in Iran experiencing a temporary ceasefire, consider the implications of having a president of the United States of America like Donald Trump. In the near term, this megalomaniac has shown just how weak America actually is on the world stage. While not necessarily weak in the sense of its military, the United States has been exposed for its inability to think strategically. While the brunt of this failure is falling on Donald Trump's shoulders, it is not his to bear alone. Trump is merely the peak of the iceberg that America's failed foreign policy has become. Underneath Trump, there are all of those members of his cabinet who would have to be what are called yes men and women. When I say they would have to be referred to in that way, I am drawing this conclusion due to the fact that in this, his second term, Trump has done nothing but make poor decisions after closing America's southern border. The war in Iran is just his most recent failure. Prior to that was the cover-up of the Jeffrey Epstein files. Something that many have speculated as the reason why Trump decided to attack Iran in Israel's stead. Before the misadventure of Iran, there was ICE, a policy that obviously promoted the mistreatment and harm of American citizens in the guise of making those same citizens safer. And we mustn't forget the way with which Trump ignored the sovereignty of Venezuela by kidnapping that nation's president in the guise of stopping the flow of fentanyl into America. A flow that for all intents and purposes could only be imaginary, given that America's own DEA contradicted any claim of Venezuela's trafficking of fentanyl. I mean, Trump killed a bunch of Venezuelan fishermen based on something America's DEA said was not true. And then there's Trump's economic failures, an issue that Chris Osman sought to help Trump avoid. Of course, Mr. Osman had no illusions that his suggestions would ever be heard by the President of the United States, but he did feel that putting them out there was important. After all, how could the United States start a tariff war when it had no leverage? Perhaps before starting that tariff war, America should have bolstered its manufacturing capabilities. Maybe the United States should have put an import tax on American companies that had 50% or more of its workforce in another nation. It might have proved prudent for Trump to offer subsidies to those American corporations that employed more than 50% of their workforce inside the United States of America. Instead of threatening countries like China, which make the computer chips necessary for America's defensive weaponry. Perhaps instead of threatening that country, America should have first made certain that those chips were being made inside its own borders. For why would China provide America with the means for America to defeat China? And the list goes on. There are just so many examples of the ways that Trump exhibited the fact that he should have never been considered one of the few people who could govern an entire nation. And this is not to say that his predecessors were any better. Those surrounding President Biden covered up the fact that he was suffering from dementia or some other mental deficiency, while President Obama, the first black president, oversaw a 19% reduction in black wealth and led to the election of Donald Trump, something that defines Obama's legacy. So consider the brain drain that Donald Trump represents. If America's best choices for someone to lead the country are a man with dementia or a man who believes he has the right to eliminate an entire civilization from the face of the earth, What does that say about America's ability to produce an intellectually competent society? A society that has relinquished its ability to think for itself. For how else would one explain the fact that we have all of mankind's knowledge in the form of the internet, but people seem dumber than before? How else could one explain the fact that we have the best means of communications known to modern man, but people seem to talk to one another less than ever before? It almost feels as if these outcomes were by design. It feels as if there was some grand plan to keep us at each other's throats, to sow chaos amongst the masses as a means to maintain centralized control. Something that has been proven to not be the best strategy in Iran. For Iran used a decentralized means to fight back against a nation that has consistently spent more money on its military than the next 10 countries considered its closest rivals combined. Hint: one could replace the word decentralized with the word democratic. Because whether one is speaking about the way in which Iran maintained its ability to launch missiles into Israel and at American allies, as well as the way in which Bitcoin offers freedom to every individual who holds it. But I digress. Come back on Monday, when I will provide thought experiments as to the ways in which American leadership has led to a brain drain in the United States. For solutions to the biggest issues we all face today, pick up your copy of Chris Osman's book, Solutions. Enough complaining. Let's fix America at Amazon.com. And for more videos like this, and those that ask the questions that need to be asked, search for Surreal News on Rumble.com or check out the YouTube channel by Chris Osman. Just search CHRIS space OSSMAN with the term Daily Eye Openers and find out why there are more and more conspiracies and fewer conspiracy theories in the world today. And while you're there, please like the videos and subscribe to the YouTube channel so Chris can continue posting these truths.